welcome. Nice to see you here. And it's Thursday and it's the 29th of October. And I've just realized, having seen lots of messages, that I've made a huge mistake. Now, for me, it's 10 o'clock, right, on Thursday. But of course, outside of Europe, you're an hour behind. Lots of you have been waiting for an hour. I apologize. I'm so sorry. And what has happened is that basically in Europe, we have a special magic and we can turn back time. So on the 25th of October, we turn the clocks back an hour. Crazy, I know. We go back in time. Woo. But of course, our time is still the same. We just changed the clock, which means I've just realized around the world outside of Europe, you don't have we call daylight saving time. And so I apologize. Many of you are waiting patiently. Some of you, I'm sure, have just gone away, have left. You've got better things to do. But for those of you who are here, it is great to see you. Thank you very much for coming along today. For those of you who are watching the recording, welcome. No problem for you guys if you're watching this later. Today, we're going to look at the exciting topic of business. And we're looking at kind of, vocabulary about business, different sectors, industries, different kinds of business. We'll be looking at plenty of idioms around business. And in fact, we are going to start our own little business later in the lesson. I wonder what it will be. Well, you guys are going to help me set up a little business. So in a moment, we'll get down to business. I'll just see who is here. If anybody, is anybody here? I wouldn't be surprised. Buenos dias, Hadi. Hello. Anastasia, nice to see you. I was warned. Yeah, I'm really sorry. People were worrying about something that happened. Nothing has happened. I'm absolutely fine, really. I wasn't off. I was having breakfast, Fyong. I was having breakfast and then I just got everything set up and saw all of these messages. So, Fahima, it will be the same time now for the next 6 months, right? So that is a very good question. Will it be the same time? Fahima, you're looking very young there. It will be the same time. It will be this time, yes, next week, which is 10 o'clock in Europe. But all of you will be a different time. I will change the time on my little schedule around the world. Yo, what's up, Nigar? Nice to see you. Hi, Kin Sandytun. Hello. Finally. Trisan Jun is like, finally, he's arrived. Great. So listen, nice to see you all here. Namaste. Good. Jasmine, first time attending. You're very, very welcome. Nice to see you here. We're going to look at some exciting things around business today, which is cool, right? People are giving me their local times. That's useful, actually. I'm going to double check that later. Okay, so just to begin, just to remind you what? If you're on YouTube, turn on the subscriptions, turn on that funny notification button so that you can get to hear about my recorded lessons, which come out on Sundays, and also kind of these live lessons, of course, which will be every Thursday at the moment. And just to let you know, last Sunday, as well as turning back time magically, I also released my new online course. Hooray! Fluency for IELTS Speaking. It's taken me quite a while to get it ready and to do it, but it's live, it's available, it's on Udemy. There are links in the Facebook group. There are links in my recent video, my last video, on YouTube. And I will put links in the show notes so you can also go and see that if you're interested. And of course, my other course is still there. IELTS Speaking Success, Get a Band 7. Some people ask me, what's the difference? Okay, well, first of all, this one, right, is more an in-depth course around language, about part one, model answers, lots of ideas for model answers for part one, part two, and part three, giving you a wealth of vocabulary. It's a much, much more in-depth course, right? This one has a lot more, well, it has over 8 hours of content. So there's a lot more content there. Whereas this course, the Fluency for IELTS Speaking, is very much focused on fluency. So if that's your weakness, fluency, speaking fluently and confidently, that's what this course does. And it's based on the Fluency Gym, you may remember. So there's a lot of repetition. It's a grammar-based curriculum, so you get to look at 16 different tenses and aspects of grammar and practice them to get them automatic, so your fluency is better. And it looks at kind of part one, part two, part three questions as well. Develops vocabulary a little bit, but not as much as the other one. But it really helps build your fluency. That's the basic difference. What else is happening? Very briefly. What else is happening? Other things that are happening are tomorrow, Friday, lucky draw. Tomorrow, I'll be giving away 2 courses, right? I'll be giving away the old course and one of the new courses, right? So if you've done the old course, you can still enter the lucky draw because you could win the new course. I'll be doing one of each. You can choose which one you want if you win. All you have to do is come to the Facebook group, which is over here. Come and join the Facebook group. Look out for the post tomorrow. It's the lucky draw post. All you have to do is comment. Make a comment on it. You'll enter the draw. I'll choose somebody on Saturday morning and they will get the course that they would like, either of those courses. Right. Good questions coming up. Ashraf has a very good question. Ashraf says, how can I purchase your fluency course? Well, great question. Right here and now. Okay, let's do something while I'm here, right here now. And I should have thought of this, shouldn't I? I should have thought of this before, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and send you a link right now in. I'm going to send you a link. Ooh, how am I going to do this? I'm going to send you a link through Facebook and the YouTube chat box, which means I'm going to have to go into the class. Right. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let me do this, especially if you're on the recorded one and you're thinking, what's he doing? I'm going to go to YouTube now. And let me just post it in the comments section. Right, so if you're on YouTube, I've just posted it in the comments section, but it will also be in the notes from today's class. Go to the website. On the website, you can find links to this as well. And I've just posted it in the Facebook group as well. Excellent. Right, good. Let me show you the website. Oh, yes. And that's reminded me another thing whilst I'm here. Halloween party on Saturday, 1 p.m. Spain time. I'm just going to have a bit of fun with you. Going to look at Halloween and how it's celebrated, have a bit of a chat, just share a few ideas. Very relaxed, very chilled, but, you know, we'll talk in English and practice a bit. So that is on Saturday. But if you go on the website to the Fluency Gym up here, you'll find out all about the course. You can sign up now, and it's all there. It tells you about the Fluency Gym, but it shows you the course as well. And there are buttons on there you can press that say sign up now, and that's where you can find it. Whilst I'm here, do remember at the end of the class, go to the free live lessons in about 4 or 5 hours later on this afternoon, and you can download there the free lesson notes to this class. Great. Great. Excited. Keen is excited for Halloween. So am I. I'm very much looking forward to that. I think that'll be a nice bit of fun on Halloween. Right, good. So let's take that off and let's come back to where are we? To business. Let's get down to business, literally. I'm going to start off with a little bit of basic vocabulary on business. So let's come in here. So we're going to talk about business. Essential vocabulary. Okay, bear with me. Got so many things happening here. Yes. Here we go. Essential business vocabulary. So looking here at different levels on the, not the lowest level, but the smallest level, right? Talking small. One person who sets up a business is an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. It's a very hard word to pronounce, even for the British, because it's stolen from French, entrepreneur, and in English we say entrepreneur. There's lots of R's there. There's the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. Can you say that? Entrepreneur. Nice. I want to be an entrepreneur. So that's somebody who starts their own business. There are different words nowadays. People talk about solopreneur if you're just one person. A freelance, but a freelance is where it's slightly different. You're not starting a business. A freelance is you're doing jobs, consulting jobs for other people. So that's slightly different, but I'm going to add that. You can also be a freelancer, right? That's where you're, which is really similar to a consultant, is where you're giving your services, working for other people still, right? So that is a little bit different, but it's still just one person. Now, as you move up, you've got a business, right? A small business. We can use the word company or an enterprise. So really, a business, anything more than 2 or 3 people, you've got a business, right? You've got a company. An enterprise, again, similar to entrepreneur, is from the French. It can be used for anything, any size of business, right? So business, company, enterprise, all of those are good. As you move up, when you've got a group of businesses, we then talk about an industry, right? Now, industry, there are many different kinds of industry. The 2 most common we talk about are primary industries, such as mining and fishing and farming, because they take the raw materials and they deal with the raw materials of life. So you're dealing with maybe coal or oil or gas, fishing, obviously with fish, farming with the plants and animals. It's primary. Secondary industry is where you're taking the raw materials and you're building something, you're making something, right? Like car manufacturing. As you move up into the services, then we call that tertiary industry or the services industry, right? So things there like teaching, nursing, where you're giving services, that's what we would call tertiary. It's a sh, right? It's a bit strange, but it is a sh. Tertiary, like shall I, should you. Tertiary industry. So different kinds of industries, right? Now, industries, you can have also different, or you can have heavy industry and light industry. I forget. Heavy industry tends to be business to business. So where you're selling a product to another business or a group of businesses, like the oil is a heavy industry. Shipbuilding is a heavy industry, partly because the ships are so heavy as well, but you're selling to other businesses. Light industry tends to be consumer oriented. Nice collocation, right? Consumer oriented, right? Which means you're selling to the customer. B2C, we often call that. B2C, which is business to customer, literally. So you can say that, I would like to have a B2C business. Or I would like to set up a B2B business. It's fine. Obviously, B2B business might take you longer. But things like manufacturing of clothes, of furniture, electronic gadgets, these are light industries, right? All of those are light industries. Now, from industry, we've also got sectors, and a sector contains several industries. So the sector is the biggest kind of size, right? So your agriculture sector will contain farming, it will contain different areas in that, maybe forestry as well. Education is a sector, retail sector. So there, industries selling electronic gadgets, clothes, furniture, they're all retail in the retail sector. Financial services are often considered a sector as well. So we can talk about sectors, right? And a bit more abstract is a market. And a market is more abstract. It's where different companies trade. Okay, great. I realised I sound like an economics lecturer at university, don't I? Turn to page 16. Let's analyse businesses. Yes, very lectury, very lectury. What's the difference between a company and a firm? Well, when it comes to IELTS speaking, it's a good question. They're the same. Start a company, start a firm. You would use them the same, really the same. Company and a firm. Great. What else have we got? Anything else relative? Self-employed. You can be self-employed. Talk about being self-employed. Yes. Right. Anna talks about venture. That's a good word. A venture is the idea of starting up a new business, like a startup. We sometimes talk about a startup. The tech startups that are coming out of, Silicon Valley, or depends on the country. I think most countries have got an equivalent of Silicon Valley now, where you have tech startups, and that startup is a venture. So the venture, it's a company, but it has the connotation of being new, startup, something taking a risk and exciting. So it's the same, but it has a slightly different context, connotation. But you can use it the same, right? I've got a new venture, and we've set up a restaurant in my city. It's a new venture. They've got the idea of risk taking and new, right? Good question, Anna. Okay. Great. Tertiary means third. That's right. Absolutely. We can also talk about small-scale industries, Ashraf. Absolutely right. Yes. Retail industry. Well, retail is a sector, Vinit. So, yeah, Vinit, it's a good question. A retail industry, it is, according to economics, more of a sector, a retail sector. So where you're selling in the shops, selling products in shops to people. Where will you put it? I'm not sure what you mean here. I'd put it in the sector. Put it in your pocket. Great. And of course, we've got, when it comes to sectors, public sector, when it's run by the government, and private sector, you're working in, private sector when it's organised not by the government, it's by the private sector. That's you and me, everyone else. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Out of economic lecturer mode. What's coming up next? I've got a question for you next. So we've talked a bit about ventures, startups, new companies, right? How can small companies grow? Interesting question, right? Because every company starts small, but how can they grow? Now, this is a test of your business knowledge as much as your English knowledge. Let's see. Have a look write down in the comments below. I'm going to plug in my computer. I just realised my battery's not plugged in. A rookie mistake, Keith. Whoa, great answers. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Great answers. Let me capture them before you all disappear. Right. We have a dog in the class. Great. Kim Fu Sin. I love that. Looking for investors. Absolutely. Great way. Nice. Victoria says, by entering a particular niche In England, we say niche. In America, they say niche, a niche. Entering a particular niche or niche, absolutely. Apparently, the more narrow the niche or the niche, the more opportunity you might have, right? Rand by advertising, absolutely. Clappy, I'll talk about unemployment later, sure. Here's a nice one from Shakun. Small companies grow by involving local communities. That is so true, right? Engaging with the customer and investing in local communities. Very, very much so. How else? Well, with investment, getting an investor or an angel investor. Through advertisement, brilliant. These are great answers. Dick's daughter says through subsidy. So many companies get subsidies from the government. A subsidy is a kind of grant. In some countries, it's a loan, but normally it's a grant. It's an amount of money that you don't have to give back. The government just gives to you to help you grow, right? Hala has a good one. Opening more branches? Question mark. Absolutely. That can help you grow, reach a wider market. Speak of the devil, Lakshmi, growing the consumer base, reach a wider market. Brilliant. Okay, these are all very, very good. They can take a loan from the bank. Brilliant. So let me capture some of these just on paper as we're talking. I've put down a few ideas, but I'm going to add these to what you've said. Let's see if we've got the same. Okay. Can we see that? Yes, we can. Bob the Builder. Yes, we can. So invest, right? You can invest, right? Let me put this into a few phrases. Because remember, right? Phrases is the key. Not just vocabulary, but phrases. So they can seek investment, or they can invest directly. So they can invest their own money or seek investment from an investor, like an angel investor, they call them. Somebody who's going to invest a lot of money. Yeah. Make a lot of sales. Yes. So somebody talked about open more branches is one way of doing it. If you're a on-the-ground business, for on-the-ground businesses, or we call local businesses. And I mean that compared to an online business. If you're an on-the-ground business, you can open more branches in your city or across the country, or go global, right? Go global. Open branches across the world. Why not? Somebody talked about investing or engaging in the community. It was Shakan, that's right, engaging in the community. You can get repeat buyers. So a lot of companies focus on getting new customers, but the Harvard Business Institute apparently says it's not just the new customer, it's getting repeat buyers. That means your old customers to buy again. It's a huge base to grow your business as well. So to get repeat buyers, nice collocation, right? Great. We've talked about what else? Venture capital. That's very good. That's another use of. I'm going to add that up here. Get venture, because venture is that new business, right? Risk, get venture capital from your angel investor. Like it. Very, very nice. Good. We can add break into new markets, which is kind of similar. We've said to making, going global, break into new markets. Notice the collocation and the grammar. Break into, phrasal verb, break into new markets, or discover and conquer new markets, right? Somebody talked about focus on a specific niche. I'm going to use the British pronunciation. Focus on a specific niche. I've been listening, right, to so many American podcasts that I'm picking up not the American accent, but the pronunciation of certain words. I've been listening to business podcasts Stu McLaren. It's a great one, excuse me, for online businesses. Stu McLaren. He's actually Canadian, but they say niche. Go and find a niche. And I'm thinking, a niche? What is a niche? What are they talking about? And only later I realised that they're saying, oh, niche. Niche. I thought they had a speech impediment. Dear. So focus on a specific niche. Somebody talked about taking on new staff, right? Employing more people. What else did we have? So, yep. Focus on a specific niche. Take on new staff. Diversify. Now, diversify is that idea of having different products or different lines, we call it, right, in business. So if you're selling fridges, that's one line. But if you start selling washing machines, that's a different line. So that is some diversification. When Samsung went from selling mobile phones to adding lines of televisions, and then I don't know what else Samsung did, computers, they had all these lines. They were diversifying, right? So selling new lines of products, let's say new lines is a nice collocation. New lines of products. Selling new lines of products, or just new products if you like. You can just say selling new products. Because, of course, I'm sure in your local language you've got this expression, don't put all your chickens into one basket because they'll eat each other. It's not true. Of course they don't eat each other. But if you put all your chickens into one basket, don't put all your chickens, don't put all your eggs. Don't put all your chickens into one basket. Don't put all your eggs into one basket. Because I think we say chickens as well, don't we? Don't put all your chickens into one basket. I'm pretty sure we use both of those expressions. But the idea that if you back one horse, if you just have one line of products and it fails, your business fails. If you're still selling fridges, but you've also got, washing machines, if the fridge industry collapses, you can still sell your washing machines. So diversify, right? Selling new lines of products. Get out of the way, Keith. Don't put all your eggs into one basket. Great. You can keep costs low. Finance, talking about finance, keeping costs low. That's good. Keep costs low. Get a subsidy, we talked about. Subsidy, which is basically get a loan, right? From the government or from the bank. Maybe your government's a bank, probably not. Maybe your banks are government banks. Many of them are. Improve the bottom line. The bottom line, right, refers to accounting. In accounting, you've got your profit, you've got your costs, your expenditures, and then your profit and your loss. The bottom line is the very, very bottom. When you take away your costs from your revenue, your money coming in, that's your profit. How much money do you make? So the bottom line is how much money you make. It comes from accounting, right? It's basically improve the bottom is your profit, to be honest. That's what it is, right? And that your profit is revenue, good word, or income minus expenditure or costs. Yeah. This really is sounding like an economics lecture. Brilliant. I did study economics, right, at university. I did business and French. So I do know a little bit. But that was a long time ago. Right. So improve the bottom line. I guess that's the key thing, right? If anybody asks you, like they do, how can a small business grow? Well, essentially, they need to improve the bottom line because, profit is essential. So if they can reduce their costs or increase their revenue, then they will improve the bottom line and thus grow. Great. Lots of nice little things there. Market research, of course. We're going to do some market research today. Do a little bit. We're going to start a business soon. Hands up in the air if you'd like to start a business. I actually asked the guys on Facebook, those of you that are in Facebook, I asked yesterday, if you could start a business, what would you start? It was amazing, the creativity and the ideas. I mean, we had a whole economy there in the Facebook group. We had nurses setting up similar things to, well, different practices, medical practices. Some, I can't even remember the words now. Some new words for me about alternative medicines, um, setting up care homes for people. We had a lot of IT people wanted to set up IT businesses. Some educationists, teachers wanted to set up online businesses. There was all sorts of stuff. Very, very interesting. Right. Great. I'm just going to come into your questions. Keen says, a couple of questions. Do you mean not invest all in one business? Absolutely, yes. Or, well, don't invest in one business if you're the investor, or if you're the business person. Don't invest all your money into one line or one product, right? Diversify, have different products. Because if one product fails and you only have one product, you're out of business. Out of business. Good expression. Brilliant. Now, diversify. This is great. Some good expressions here. The scope of business. Very nice collocation. Diversify the scope of business. Love it. Brilliant. Yeah, lots more here. Great. Affordable prices of products. Have incentives and discount for repeat customers. Somebody did ask me, is the fluency course, has it got a discount? Yes, it has. Absolutely. It's got an incredible discount at the moment for this week. You can go and check out the price. Advertisement. I know. Stop advertising, Keith. Come on. Reduce operation overheads. Overheads is a nice word, right? Overheads are the fixed costs. So if you've got a business, you've got to pay the rent, the electricity, your staff. These are the fixed costs. I'm not sure about staff, but overheads, electricity, those are your overheads. Electricity, rent, those are your fixed costs. So yeah, absolutely. Then you've got variable costs, right, that can change. Is the subsidy a loan? I think the subsidy is not a loan, it's a grant. Well, it depends on grant, right? A subsidy is more like a grant, absolutely, yeah. So you don't have to give it back. That's the idea, I think. Like all the subsidies being handed out in COVID, people don't have to pay them back. But some countries, you do have to pay them back. Okay, brilliant. Let me move on. Yeah, I think Stan the Man also hates economics. Find an excellent motto. Yeah, find a good logo. That's very, very good. Brilliant. So those are all ideas, right, that we've got for making a business. I'm going to just throw in now a few business idioms, right? And please chip in or contribute any idioms you know around business. But these are some that I was listening to my podcasts recently and the radio. I like BBC Radio 4. They have some great business and politics programs, which I'm really into. So to take a hammering. So when we talk about a business taking a hammering, then we suffer economically, right? So you're losing money. So you might say, for example, the food and beverage industry, we often call it the F&B industry. The F&B industry has taken a real hammering recently, right? So that's the F&B, food and beverage. So your hotels, restaurants, bars, food and beverage. Maybe I should write that out because not everybody knows that. Sorry. Food and beverage. And beverage. The F&B industry has taken a real hammering recently. Right? Let me let's do a bit of fluency gym to help you. The fluency gym will help you a little bit with pronunciation and intonation and also fluency, right? So putting this together, listen carefully. The F&B industry has taken a real hammering recently. Repeat with me and notice the stress, right? The F&B industry has taken a real hammering recently. Repeat. D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D. Yeah. The F&B industry has taken a real hammering recently, right? So you're stressing words like industry, hammering, and that phrasing is important where the pause is, right? Don't feel that you have to be very, very long, right? The F&B industry has taken a real hammering recently, right? That's difficult, right? You can phrase it. The F&B industry has taken a real hammering recently. Right? You can use that phrasing. It's brilliant. That's what we do. That is how you build up your fluency. Take a hammering. In the recent recession, many businesses have taken a hammering. Absolutely. Great. Here's another one for you. To keep your head above water. Here's your head. Here's the water. Now, if your head goes under the water, what happens? Well, you're finished, right? So it's to survive. But we're using it in the business context. So, for example, with lockdowns, many small businesses can't keep their head above water, right? Listen with me. Listen to the phrasing and repeat with me. After three. With the lockdowns, many small businesses can't keep their head above water. And repeat. D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D. Good. Well, last time. With the lockdowns, many small businesses can't keep their head above water. Great. Feel the stress and feel the rhythm. Can't keep their head above water. D, 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 D. That rhythm, really important, right? All right. Right. Brilliant. Good. I'm just going to see any other. Let me just go through these and then I'll get some of yours. To be hard hit is similar, right? To suffer or be badly affected by. So to suffer again, be hard hit. This is great in times of COVID. It's just the language you need, right? Businesses have been hard hit in recent times. Businesses have been hard hit. So it's the passive, right? To be hard hit. Restaurants have been hard hit in recent times. Hotels have been hard hit in recent times. And this is the technique I teach you in the fluency course, right? Is substitution. So when you get yourself a phrase, just take one word and change it to build up your fluency. So you're thinking, okay, businesses, restaurants. Restaurants have been hard hit in recent times. Small businesses. Small businesses have been hard hit in recent times. And just repeat and repeat and repeat. And what you're doing as well is you're hardwiring, you're fixing this have been hard hit in recent times. You're fixing the collocation or the vocabulary into your head. Keep doing that. Into your head by that repetition. But you're also thinking, right? Competition, cutthroat competition. Pirates, Halloween, don't cut your throat, but it just means very strong, right? There's a lot of cutthroat competition in the mobile phone market. Oh my God. Talk about cutthroat. It really is, right? Prices are coming down lower and lower, especially with, you've got your Apples at the top end of the market. You've got your Samsungs up there as well. And then coming down, you've got all different levels, sometimes with price wars. getting cheaper and cheaper. Cutthroat competition. Right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right, a couple of your expressions. Okay, back to the drawing. I think you mean back to the drawing board. Huh? Let me just hang on a minute. Oh dear, I want to try and help you change that. Here we go. Back to the drawing board, I think is the expression. So back to the drawing board. Let me move a few things around. Back to the drawing board. Great means to begin again. Literally to go back, to start your plan, to start from scratch, right? To go back to the drawing board. It's a good expression. Let me just add a couple of these on. So many companies will need to go back to the drawing board. And basically very similar to start from scratch. And all of that equals to begin again, but from the beginning. That's the idea, right? To start from scratch. So many companies and businesses that go bankrupt, you know, they have to start from scratch. They have to go back to the drawing board and rethink their business. Sylvia, stay in there. Be patient. Oh, here's a nice one. Halle, we've got the cash cow and the lion's share. So the cash cow is a product that has huge profitability. Huge profitability. And that's the product you need to sell, the one that makes the biggest profit. The lion's share is normally in a market. We say they have the lion's share of the market, is the largest part of the market. So I'm going to add those two because they're pretty good expressions, right? This product is a cash cow. I don't know, in some countries the cow is sacred, and maybe that's where it comes from. It's a cash cow, something very special. So it makes a lot of profit, normally the most amount of profit for that company. Share of the market, and then you've got the lion's share is the biggest part. I'll just put Samsung have the lion's share of the market equals the biggest part of the market. Dun, 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 dun. I take Samsung as an example. I'm not sure if that's true. Somebody will probably prove me wrong. It's not true, and it depends on the market, right? Am I talking about TVs or fridges or phones or tablets? Maybe they have the lion's share of the tablet market, right? Maybe they do. Excellent. Some nice expressions there. Oh, this is a nice one as well. Let's throw this one in. These days are like dog-eat-dog world in many business lines. Yeah, a dog-eat-dog world. That's very, very good. Do you remember I talked about cutthroat competition? A dog-eat-dog world or dog-eat-dog competition. It's just very, very aggressive, right? Oh, it's difficult because everybody's eating each other. This is a nice one from Gopi. To corner the market, right, means to get the lion's share or to actually dominate the market. To corner the market. Nice one. Let's add that. A couple of nice collocations. To dominate a market and to corner a market, which is more or less the same thing. It's to enter and do really well in that market. Brilliant. Yeah, this is good. I'm going to do the last one before I move on. I'm going to show you a video in a minute, but one more. Bite bullet. That's great, Razia. It's to bite the bullet. To bite the bullet. So many, which means you have to, you kind of have to accept the difficult situation, right? And I think, I don't know where this comes from, but you know when they do an operation on you in the old days, they would put something in your mouth, maybe maybe a piece of cloth, and you go, "Argh!" So you don't scream too much or hurt. You have to bite something. So when you feel the pain, you bite the bullet, means you're resisting and you're resisting, and there's nothing else you can do but bite the bullet. So in this day and age, right, with COVID, many companies suffer. Let's use one of those expressions. What did I have? Many companies have been hard hit, but they have to bite the bullet. They have to sit and wait and resist until things get better. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. To have to bite the bullet, right? Resist, wait, put up with it. Kind of all of those expressions. The meaning basically, there's nothing you can do, right? There's nothing you can do. You have to bite the bullet. Yep. If you've lost your wallet or if you've lost your car, bite the bullet. There's nothing you can do. That kind of idea, if that makes sense. Brilliant. Great. Some great expressions. Wow, we've got loads of expressions there. So we've got, just very quickly, we've got take a hammering. The hammer, I don't know if you know a hammer, is literally boom, boom, boom. If I want to put the nail in the wall, boom, 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 I use a hammer. So you can imagine if you've taken a hammering, you're suffering. Keep your head above water, great expression. To be hard hit by something, nice. Cutthroat competition, dog eat dog, as we had. Back to the drawing board. Let's just put these in bold, make it super clear. Start from scratch. Excellent. We've got the cash cow, the lion's share. Normally that's of the market, but not always, but that's the most common example. To dominate and to corner and to bite the bullet. Dun, dun, dun. Great collocations. Brilliant. Aren't we doing well? We're doing very well. Good. Excellent. Now then. Okay. Whew. I feel like we're on a roller coaster. We're going up and down, round and round, really, really fast. It feels a bit fast. It feels a bit like an economics class. Not economy class. That's on the aeroplane or the train, the cheap tickets. Not an economy class, but an economics class. An economics class. Now then, I would like to show you actually a video. It's a piece of news. It's a recent piece of news, breaking news. And this is what I want you to do. I didn't drink. Hang on. Keep hydrated. I want you to listen to this piece of news. It's about 3 minutes. I don't know why I do that like that. 3 minutes. And see if you can hear any business idioms. Listen out. Make a note on your paper. If you're like old-fashioned like me, you can use a pencil. If you're old-fashioned. If you're super old-fashioned, you can use a brush. Or you can type in the comments below the idioms that you hear, that you pick out, right? That is your job. So that's the question, right? Let's business news, listen to the news. How many idioms can you spot? That's a nice word. Spot, pick out, identify. Great. So guys, are you ready? What a nice mug. Thank you, Kalpana. It is a lovely mug from Cambridge. When I was there, I didn't go to Cambridge University. I went to the Cambridge City, yes, and bought the souvenir, the obligatory souvenir showing all the different Cambridge colleges. But you can see it's many years ago. So here we go, straight into this video. It's a breaking piece of news. Let's watch, and you know what to do. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun.
Hello and welcome to the 6 o'clock news at the BBC. Read today by Stan the Man. Yo, check it out. So, BBC, COVID, first up. Hello, Big Ben. First up, COVID. COVID has been hitting businesses hard all over Europe, and I'd go as far as to say America. You what? Keep it objective. Right, okay, sorry. Yeah, COVID has been hitting businesses hard all over Europe and the USA and many countries around the world indeed. So in particular, restaurants and hotels have had it really hard, right? They've taken a real hammering. No, not a hammer like renovation. I mean, they've been, struggling. They've taken a real hammering, trying to get by, get customers in the door. They can't, right, with all the new regulations. Indeed, many SMEs, and if you don't know what that is, check it out. Small, medium enterprise, innit? Many SMEs, I know they know, I'm just checking. Many SMEs are struggling to keep their head above water. They just can't afford to stay open. In fact, it's more expensive to open than it is to close. With all the overheads, paying the staff, and so few customers coming through the door, it looks like many SMEs are going to hit the wall, go belly up, go bankrupt. Nothing they can do, nothing at all. Sorry about that. Of course, many of them are in the same boat. So the government has decided in its wisdom to give some subsidies or loans with no strings attached to help out these SMEs and small companies, to help them get by, to make ends meet, get through these difficult times. And if you ask me, it's a no-brainer. What do you mean nobody's asking me? Oh yeah, BBC. Keep it serious and subjective. So that's it. Thank you for listening. This is Stan the Man from the BBC 6 o'clock news. Good night. In it. Yeah. What does subjective mean anyway?
There you go. The 6 o'clock news. The BBC has a new newsreader, Stan the Man. He's got a new job. Brilliant. So, listen, we got lots of expressions there. I'm just going to go back and just bring out a few that you've mentioned. Right. We've got good. Okay, we definitely hit business hard. COVID has hit businesses or businesses hard. Business is the idea of trade, buying and selling. Businesses is the countable different companies, right? Excellent. That was spot on. Great. What else have we got? Yep. Hit. Not that one. There's the next one. Real hammering. Yep. So we said, Prasanna says, real hammering. Many companies have taken a real hammering. Yep. I think Clappy has got the full expression here. Taking a real hammering. I think I said have taken, or I think I'll change that. They are taking. Did I say taking or taken? I think they have probably have, whoops, have taken a real hammering. Yeah. Excellent. Good. We've also got, what else have we got? I'm just going to get by. Hello, renovation, get by, right? To get by, to survive. Companies can get by. We've also got keep your head above water. JT says head above water. Nice mask. Full expression from Gautam was to keep your head above water. Notice it's not the water, it's water, above water. Keep your head. Yeah, let's add that in. Or keep their heads, right? But you need a pronoun. Keep your head above water. Brilliant. Regulations we talked about. We talked about overheads. Afford to stay open. Yep, not an idiom, but it's a good collocation. They cannot afford to stay. They cannot afford to stay open because of the overheads, right? Excellent, really, really good. Coming through the door. Nope. Well done. You picked up small and medium enterprises. Again, it's more of a collocation. Hit the wall was a good one. Hit the wall comes from marathon running, when you're running and at the 20th mile, kilometer, you hit the wall means you're suddenly stop, you're out of energy. I'm using it here. Sorry, Stan was using it more metaphorically, that the companies hit the wall, they're out of energy. Great. Go belly up, right, is to go bankrupt. Yep, to lose money or to go bankrupt, go belly up. That's the one. Emmy has got it, to bankrupt. Bankrupt. So notice the collocation, right? It's to go bankrupt. I don't know why you have to go anywhere to lose your money, but you do. You have to go bankrupt. We've got, Shakun says, in the same boat, right? In the same situation. They're in the same situation. What else have we got? This was interesting. Yeah, Dim, in its wisdom, the government, in its wisdom, has decided to give subsidies or loans. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a collocation, kind of a thing, a thingy. No strings attached. That was an idiom. Yeah. So the loan or the subsidy has no strings attached. So it's free. There's no small print that says they have to do A, B, or C, right? So there's no conditions, basically. Brilliant. I think what else have we got? Any others? Just two more. Then make ends meet, as Raghav says, to make ends meet is to survive. And it's a no-brainer, as Gaji says. It's a no-brainer. A no-brainer just meaning it's you don't need to think about it. It's so obvious. You don't even need to think about it. Brilliant. Good. I'm just going to put these I'm going to share with you. I actually wrote them down earlier just to save a bit of time. But just let me show you visually, because I know that can help as well if you can see them. And later, actually, I will put subtitles on the video so you can watch it again on the Facebook page. COVID has hit business hard. So I use the singular, I think, business. So if it's singular, that's great. We're talking about the abstract buying and selling. But if you want to use it as a countable, businesses, you can. Restaurants and hotels have taken a hammering. Great. Trying to get by, which means to survive. Great. Many SMEs are struggling to keep their head above water. So notice head singular, head above water, even though it's there, because each company only has one head, their head above water. Many SMEs are going to hit the wall, go belly up, right? Which is basically go bankrupt. Bankrupt. Nice. Go bankrupt. So many of them are in the same boat, right? Same boat. You can imagine what that means, but it's basically the same situation. They're in the same situation. So many of them are in the same boat. The government will give them subsidies or loans with no strings attached. With no strings attached. So no conditions. With no conditions. conditions, right? It's a no-brainer. It's obvious. Basically, that's what that means. I'll just put those like that so it's clear. Great. So many of them. Yeah, just to make it clear, it's not so. It's so many of them, so many of them. Again, just to help with the phrasing, say this with me. So many of them are in the same boat. And put it together. So many of them are in the same boat. Can you feel the rhythm? So many of them are in the same boat. That's it. Nice. Build up your fluency. Very good way to do it. Excellent. So that was Stan, the man. Yay, Stan the man. We're in the same boat. Well done. Some of you have done some great summaries there. And this is a nice one. Thank you, Jadesola. This is a very, very nice one at the end. Just to add subjective, because Stan at the end, right, he said, oh, what does subjective mean? Because the BBC were telling him not to be subjective, is to manipulate your point of view. That's right. So news readers, right, they shouldn't be subjective, right? You don't say, oh, and I think. No, you just give the news objectively. So thank you for that. That's great. Good. Brilliant. Well done. I'm just checking how you're all doing. You're still there? Nice. Good practice. Brilliant. Good practice. As you're practicing and writing stuff down, remember to keep speaking it out loud. Be careful with your phrasing. Keep practicing. Absolutely brilliant. In the same boat, on the same page. Not exactly the same. I'll just do that question very quickly. Captain America here. Gwyn. In the same boat means you're in the same situation. On the same page means that you agree. You have the same opinion. So you might be in the same boat, but you're not on the same page, right? A lot of businesses are suffering COVID. We're in the same boat, but they don't all agree on how to handle it. So they're not on the same page. Great question, but they are a bit different, right? You can see. Yeah, Stan got a job with the BBC. Only for the moment. I'm not sure if he's going to keep his job. What do you think? Do you think he'll be able to keep his job? Is he a good news reader? Or is he a bit too subjective, maybe? Right, guys, let's move on. I'm going to move on next to do a little exercise with you. If you're happy to stick around, we're going to do something. Well, I've not done this before, so I honestly don't know how this is going to work, but let's see. It might be fun. We can see some interesting language coming out, but I need you to participate, right? I need you to get involved through the comments and the chat. We're going to start a business together. And as we start this business, I'm going to ask you a series of questions and you choose what to do. So you decide the direction of the business. And at the end, we'll see what kind of a business we have, right? So I need you to put your answers in the comment and then we'll choose, or I will choose. It's got to be me because I'm in control. You can't choose. You could, well, yes. So let's have a look. Here's the question, right? First of all, we're going to start a business. Let me just go back down. Let's build a business. Build? Let's start. I think start is a better word. We're going to start a business, okay? I want you to choose a sector, first of all. So choose one of these sectors and just write it in the comment box. Tell me which sector and why you want to start a business. You can choose financial sector, the education sector, or the retail sector. There are 3 choices. So we're beginning at the top, the biggest level, and then we're going to drill down into the small detail. But first of all, then, which sector would you like to enter, right? So let's dive in, as Tanas says. We're all entrepreneurs. Anastasia, you are now an official entrepreneur. Right, Raziye, it's got to be one of these, not energy. It's got to be financial, education, or retail. So we've got a few. Let's see what you say. Swathi says educational. Chung says retail. Trang says financial. We've got a lot of different ones. We've got quite a lot of education ones. Valentina says educational. The guys from the Money Heist, Alvin says retail. I bet you just want to break in and steal everything, don't you? Van says education. Tay says retail. Right, good. Private sector education, says Lakshmi. Okay. We've got, nobody's telling me why, but there's a lot of people going for education. Okay. We've got Liu, who says retail. Okay. And Yewande goes for education. A lot financial. Here we go, from Saurabh. Retail, because there are consumers who are more diverted towards retail one. Right, so there's a bigger market, right? You mean basically there's a bigger market, I think. So it's retail or education. Any other good reasons? Right. Okay, based on that, I'm going to go with education because most of you have gone for education. Now, we're going to choose a business, right? So we're in the sector, we're in the area of education, but what's our business, right? What's our business going to be? You've got a choice of three. We can either set up a school. Now, that can be a physical bricks and mortar school or an online school, or we can create a learning app or publish a magazine. So are we going to be in the school business, the mobile app business, or the magazine business? Which one? Again, in the comments, choose and tell me why. Which one would you choose and why? I should have waited. I was too impatient. Now your reasons are coming out. Let me share this with you because Samina has got a lovely little thing here. This is lovely. I like this very much. Education sector because I'm in it. I'm an educator plus quality education for all. Nice. For all the love will lead its way on achieving the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. Love it, Samina. Nice. Now you need to decide which business. Which business? Da, 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 da. So I'm going to be patient. I've got to wait because I know it takes you time to type, which is great because I can have a cup of tea. Excuse me. Oh, some great ideas. Right, let me share a few. Srijan says create a learning app. Nice. Oyakanami would like to set up a school. Claudia would like to create a learning app as well. Apps are popular, right? Path as well would go for the creating the app. Interesting. Who else have we got? Rais set up a school. Samina, your diversity personified. Fantastic. Create a learning app for the vulnerable group to enhance their learning experiences. Ole. Very nice. Victoria, though, would like to set up a school. Niranjan, I like it. You've got a marketing head and a business head. Well done, sir. Creating a learning app, as everything nowadays is digital. Kind of true. And the money is in the subscription. And money is in subscription. The money is in the subscription. That's so true. Yes, that's a great business model, right? We talk about the business model is how you're going to make money. You need a way to make money because if you don't make money, it's not sustainable. I mean, really. So the money's in the subscription. Very true. I think that's why so many learning apps are popular nowadays, right? What else? Let's see. Gandhi is another good reason. Create a learning app because, BCS, because in pandemic situation, it's more beneficial. That's true. Yeah, very, very true. Any more reasons? I'm trying to try and choose some different people as well. Kayakaso, set up a school because of the situation of COVID. Well, I would say yes, set up an online school, right, with COVID. I think a face-to-face school would be very difficult at these times. In fact, did you know, just a sidestep, I got a message this morning from my daughter's school. They've cancelled the half-term holiday. Next week was our week's holiday, where she has a week's holiday. The school has just said, cancelled, you must come to school. They're worried about children going back to the families, maybe the grandparents looking after the children if the parents are working, and then spreading the virus. So holidays have been cancelled. So upset. But that's life. Right, good. So listen, guys, it looks like creating a learning app seems to be the number one. Yep. Even Jane says, create a learning app because it's trendy in the current digital era. Yeah. Okay, excellent. So let's go with that. Let's create a learning app. Brilliant. Next question then. Well, what's the product or the service? So we've got a learning app, but what will our product or service be? So here's your choice, right? You can either have a Learn English app, a Learn Code, or learn how to start a business. Ooh, let's bring that down. Learn English, Learn Code, or learn how to start a business. Which app would be the best one for us? Trang wants food delivery. Can't do food delivery, I'm afraid, because we're in the education sector, right? Remember, we're in the education sector. So learn how to start a business. I think that would be very popular now, because more and more people are starting their own businesses, especially in times of COVID. Lakshmi says, learn English. Matilda shouts out, learn how to start a business. Victoria, this is a nice one because you've got a nice reason here. Set up an online business school for children so that they can learn how to make money from a very early age. So it's online school teaching how to set up a business, how to do that. That's nice. Like it. Very, very good. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this up. So that hits the top, so we can see the comments properly. Learn Code, says Hasma. Yes, and again, big demand. Probably a very, very good one to do, I would have thought. Learn English, though. Learn English or Code. Oh, Moody, star student. Learning app can be a cow cash product. Yes, a cash cow. It's the other way around, but excellent. I love the practice. Let me just change that for you. Can be a cash cow product. Excellent. Love it. And you know, that's brilliant because it's through trying and making these mistakes that you suddenly learn. Now you know, and it's better in your head. A cash cow product. Love it. Diala says, oh, learning code is getting so important. Yeah. This is nice from Kalpana. Lots of practice as well. I want to set up a school because it is the demand of parents to have quality education. Yes. And have few chance to keep our head above water. I would say the opposite, right? It's the demand of parents to have quality of education. And I'm not sure if this is what you mean, but I think it's a better chance to keep our head above water. If we have quality education, we've got a better chance to survive, right? I think that's what you mean, I think. Great. Midresa. Love it. Set up a YouTube channel and compete with Keith. Yes. But it's not really a business or a product, is it? Not quite a business. El Pro Gaming. Learn how to start an online business. Great. So it seems, gosh, I don't know which one to choose. I mean, all of those seem incredibly, incredibly popular. But what should we do? Let me just see which ones. How many more have we got? Mix of everything. Well, maybe. Okay, I can see a huge amount of starting a business and learn English. Oh, gosh. All right, executive decision. We're going to go with learning how to start a business, right? Pro gamer, let me take you off for the moment. How to start a business. So that's what we're going to do. So we've got how to start a business. We're going to create a learning app. Just to recap, we're in education. We're creating a learning app, learning how to start a business. My next question then for you is choose a market. Which market would you choose? So, worldwide, India, or China? I've only chosen 3, and I know you're not going to be happy about that. But which one would you choose? So here, there are different kinds of market, right? Of course, I'm talking about the geographical market. Which one would you choose? India market, worldwide market, worldwide. Oh, worldwide, yeah. To be honest, worldwide, India, yeah. It makes sense, right? If this is a how to start a business learning app on a mobile phone, you've got to go worldwide. You don't want to corner just one market, I guess. You want to try and dominate the worldwide market, right? Diversification, right? Enter into different markets. You can diversify into different markets, as well as having different lines. You could diversify into different markets. Some people would start in China, then go globally, right? But clearly, China has a huge niche. Yes, they do indeed. Ismit, I would go for India because it's efficient and low in cost, and then go globally eventually. So a few of you have got this strategy of going into a niche market and then going global. And that actually, business-wise, is the best way to do it, right? Go into a niche and then later, as you're building up, go global. It's what most companies do, right? So eventually we would go worldwide. So we're going to go with worldwide. Decision again. Great. I think I've got a final question, which is to choose a target customer. So when we talk about the market, you can also talk about the customer. Would you target, nice collocation, target old people, retirees, married couples, or teenagers? So this is a learning app on how to start a business worldwide. Which customer would you target? All right, well, let's see. What would you target? Which customers would you target? Well, Shakun says teenagers. Shamini says teenagers. Teenagers because they're always on the phones. It's very true. Let's put this up. Yes, teenagers, without a doubt. Nice, like the language. Without a doubt, teenagers, because they want to start businesses. Married couples as well. Right. But I suggest that we focus on one target customer, because if you go too wide, your product will be too general and it won't appeal. And your marketing will be really hard. If you're trying to market to teenagers and married couples, I can't imagine the marketing campaign. Lots of people say teenagers. Teenagers because they are the future. They are the present, the past, and the future. This is nice because teenagers, because they are the ones who stand to gain the most. Lovely, Gautam. Stand to gain the most, right? They're in a position, stand to get the most. Very, very true. Excellent. Love it. Great. So final question. We're going to go for teenagers. We've got a great business here. We've got to choose a price, right? When it comes to price, what are we going to go? What are we going to do? I'll just take this away. We're going to go either high-end price, which is, expensive. We call it premium pricing. We can go for bundle pricing. So we have different apps and you can pay one price for everything together and it's cheaper. Or we go at the bottom, we go economy pricing, sometimes called rock bottom prices or no frills prices. The frills are the nice, pretty things, but if you don't have that, it's the basics. It's a basic low price, no frills price. So what strategy? What's your pricing strategy here? I'm going to actually change that to pricing strategy rather than price. It's more of a strategy. Choose a pricing strategy. Well, I guess with teenagers, I think I know what I would say, but what would you say, right? What's your pricing strategy? Nice collocation. Bundle pricing. Economy pricing. Yeah, Trang says economy pricing because the customer is teenagers. Right. Beerham agrees with you. Yes. KK says economy pricing as parents love to pay. Oh, hang on. If it's economy, if parents love to spend for teenagers, then I would have a high-end pricing because the parents are paying, right? I would. Edwin would go for a bundle price. It's a good strategy. Pricing tactics, you can also say, yes. Now, here's an interesting strategy. A great business head again. Economy pricing because it should be affordable, and by that way the product will get sold in the market, and after the high demand we can increase the price. Great. I think they call that penetration pricing, right? Where you have a low price, get in the market, dominate the market, and then you up the price to a premium price. Brilliant. But great strategy, but it seems the economy pricing is the most popular from what I can see here. Having said that, the next 20 comments say bundle pricing. So, guys, we're going to go for, I'll tell you what I'm going to go for the economy pricing or the no frills pricing, because that seems to be the most popular with teenagers, what we've got here. Despite what you said about parents, it's true. Different pricing strategies. So, guys, we now have a business, right? We've got education sector. We've got a learning app, how to start a business worldwide, targeting teenagers, and our pricing strategy will be the no frills, rock bottom prices to get them in. Maybe in the future with a view to expanding our market. So brilliant. We have a business. Your homework is the following. I would like you to do this. The homework is create a logo and share it on the Facebook group. Wow. Right? That's our business. Go and create a logo. It can be anything, simple, complicated. Bear in mind the product, the customer, and the price, right? To make sure it appeals to the right kind of people. Go in the Facebook group and share it. All right? I'll put up a post and you can share the logo there. Excellent. Good. That's the homework. Now, I've just realized how ridiculously late it is. HEL. But I haven't a Facebook app. So sorry. Logo for the business, Hassan. Logo for that business. The business we've just created, right? Yes, a logo for that. How to create a business app for our business, right? We're going worldwide, teenagers with rock bottom prices. Is this a class? I don't know. I'm so lost. This is an economics class. I'm teaching you how to start a business. No, I'm not. I'm teaching you the language of business. That's what I'm teaching you. Now, because it's so late, I'm not going to go into the model answers because that will take us far too late. What I will do though is, guys, let's finish up on a big Kahoot because there's lots of interesting expressions today, some really nice idioms, and I think it'd be really good just for you to get them fixed in your mind just as we finish up. Any prize for the best logo? Let me think about that. Let me think about it. Possibly. If you haven't joined the group, Ashwara, come and join the group, right? It's very, very easy to find. I think it's this one. It's Facebook group, Keith's Mastermind Community. Come and join us there. And you can put your logo there. Put it anywhere. Just post your logo. And we can all talk about them and make comments about them and practice our English, describing them, how appropriate they are for our business. Excellent. It's Kahoot time. I've just finished dinner while watching Keith. Right. Okay, Kahoot, give me a moment just to help. Let's just to find my my account. Kahoot account. Right, come on. Log in. Here we go. Dum dum dum. I actually feel like I want to start that business. It sounds really exciting. I think that'd be a great business to start. Now, where are we? We got the business Kahoot. We're going to play. Teach. Let me pull you in. The one hand, I think. No. What's happening here? I don't know what's happening there. Excuse me. Classic. So, if you're new here, Kahoot is you basically have to go and log in. Nice music. Go to www.kahoot.it and you can see it there, I think, and put in the number 575-7784, right? And you can join us. 575-7784. Write in your name, and you can come and join us. I'm going to ask you 4 questions, multiple choice. You have to choose the right answer as fast as you can, and then we'll find out who the winner is. But it's a great way to what? Great way to learn vocabulary. No questions today, Sarah. I'm going to run out of time. Trademark, copyrights, no problem. We're creating our own business. I'm in it. Bring it on. How can I stop the sound on Kahoot? I don't think you can, but I'll tell you what, I can turn the volume down. It's a little bit better. Okay, who is in? How many have we got? We've got 90 people in. Okay, that's great. Okay, so let's get straight in there because it's so late. I'm going to go straight in and start. I think you can still join. Business. Question number 1. We need to do more market blank. We need to do more market blank. You have to choose one here. Investigation, study, research, or search. You can also write in the comments what your answer is. You've got 8 seconds left. Nice one, Pusali. Hamza, very nice. Ishta, nice. Wow, look at that. 66 got research. Absolutely brilliant. Well done. Spot on. That's the right answer. Research, right? Notice it is singular. It's not countable. So we do not say researches. It's a big mistake I see a lot of students make. It's research, non-countable. We need to do more market research. Let's see who was top. Yumiko, again, very crafty. Nice one. Next question. These days, many companies cannot keep their heads above. These days, many companies cannot keep their heads above what? Now be careful here. Well done, Hamza. Imana, nice one. Nasir, well done. Sidratul, be careful. Gigi, be careful. The answer is water. Now, a lot of you also in the comments had the water. There is no article. Keep your head above water. Okay? Nice one. Let's move on. Scoreboard. Ooh, Tongski. Again, you're very fast, right? Up in the top place. Excellent. Question number 3. Restaurants have suffered badly. They have taken a blank. Restaurants have suffered badly. They have taken a blank. Nice answers. Well done. You should get this one after Stan the Man. Oh, that's impressive. Very, very good. Great. 81 of you got hammering. Absolutely brilliant. Well done. Taken a hammering. They've suffered badly. Let's see where we are on the scoreboard. Tongxi is still in first place and Brish is coming up second place. We're going to move on to the last question. There is so much cut blank competition. It's dog eat dog. So much cut blank competition. Jadesola, well done. Ishmit, nice. Anjali, be careful. Deniz, very good. Aishwara, nice. Aishwarya. Jairan, good. Well done, all of you. That is brilliant. Most of you, vast majority, got it. Cutthroat competition. So very, very strong competition. Nice one. Well done. That's it. So let's see. Where are we on the podium? Brish, you got third. Owen second, which means it's Tongxi. Well done, brilliant. Straight in there. You've been up there quite a few times recently, and today you finally made it. Well done. Despite the cutthroat competition, you cornered the market, got all the right questions, and won the game. Well done. Excellent. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for today. I do apologize again for being late, but I hope you've learned a lot about business today. If you're on YouTube, do remember, right, subscribe so that you can get notifications about the upcoming videos. Brilliant. In about 4 or 5 hours, I will be putting the notes. All of this you can download from the website, right? All you need to do is go to the Keith Speaking Academy. It's over here. I'll just show you very briefly. KeithSpeakingAcademy.com. And you can then go to the free live lessons page and just download all the notes to the different topics that we've done. Money, photos. You can even go on and click and watch. I mean, not watch, but if you don't want to download, you can actually just read it on your mobile phone directly and get it all there. So that's on the website, right? Excellent. Good. The website, just so you do know, is www.keithspeakingacademy.com. Great. If you're interested in building your fluency, little plug, Fluency for IELTS Speaking, it's on Udemy. The links are on my website. Anywhere you go on the website, I think you'll find it. Or you can see it on the Facebook group. And in the YouTube videos at the top, you'll normally see the link to the course. Or just go to Udemy and look for Fluency for IELTS Speaking. Excellent. Great. First class, you enjoyed it. Nice. Brilliant. Nice to hear that. I hope this has been useful. I've had a lot of fun, actually. That's quite exciting, starting up a new business, isn't it? What a great thing to do. Great. We must do this more often. So, guys, tomorrow, lucky draw. Come into the Facebook group. I'll be giving away 2 of my online courses. Just look for the lucky draw post and comment on it. And then if you're interested, Saturday, if you want to kick back, chill out, let your hair down, relax, but be really scared, come and join the Halloween live lesson. It'll be a bit informal, but just a bit of fun, and practice a bit of English on Saturday, 1 o'clock Spain time. Check that time in your country. As you know, I don't know what time it is now. Great. Guys, thank you very, very much for being here today. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I will see you all very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.